Mabuhay YouTube. This is Jay from Pinoy Steel, and what we do is sell the best Filipino blades made today, and occasionally some nice antiques as well, but primarily modern stuff from the best craftsmen and pandais, blacksmiths in the Philippines today. So today I have 5 very nice Balisongs from the heart of Batangas in the Philippines, and these are real beauties, and I'd like to show these to you since they're very special. You won't find any of these on any rack in the Philippines. They were designed by me, and I provided the materials used, and I'm actually very proud of these knives. They came out really, really well. Okay, so up top we have a very long balisong, much longer than usual. It has a really nice hollow ground carbon steel blade, and we call this the tari. A tari is a blade used for cockfighting. It's attached to rooster's feet, and the same term is used in Malaysia as well as in the Philippines. So this is deeply hollow ground, and it has a nice edge on it. It's not razor sharp, but it really wouldn't take much to get there. So this is a great piece for those who like cutting ability as well as being able to penetrate the blade. It's not all about thrusting. Well, it depends on what you like to do and how you like to use a blade. So the wood here is exceptionally nice wood. It has amazing figuring that I don't think is showing very well here, but it's there, believe me. And I'll be putting pictures up on the site and on my blog very shortly, so you can get a better look at that wood. It's book matched, and I personally hand finished this wood to 1000 grit to get the most out of it before sealing it with wax and oiling it, and it's something else. It really is the nicest wood I've ever seen. Now there's a little bit of an issue with this wood. I'm not sure what it is. I think it's Kamagong, but it looks like book matched wood, so it might actually be moon ebony. So I haven't been able to find this particular knife in my notes, and I'm not sure what it is, but it is a real beauty. And I often say this, but I'm very tempted to keep this one since the tari is my favorite profile. So let me tell you something about this knife while we're here. Well, I told you a lot, but let me tell you some more. This one measures in at 34.1 centimeters long, which is let's see, if 30 centimeters is about a foot, an extra 4 centimeters is about 1.5 inches, so it's about 13.5 inches. You can see the hollow grind there, and I've hand polished the blade, so it's pretty much mirror polished, almost. Now there is a little bit of pitting right there. I think you can make that out. It's been a really humid summer in the Philippines, and this has caused some of these knives to rust even though they were oiled up, and this is something we've been struggling to fight, and there's nothing we can really do about it here in Southeast Asia. The humidity gets through the oil, and you get water condensing on the steel under the oil, and no matter how much oil we put on, we still get rust spots. So I've cleaned this up as best as I could, but there is a little bit of pitting right there on the ricasso. What else can I tell you? Each of the bolsters on this is pinned once with a copper pin, as is traditional. Not sure if you can make that out. Same goes for the bolsters on the end. And the liners, or housing as it's called in the Philippines, is stainless steel, as you see on most Balisongs today. They used to use brass sheet. Nowadays it's all stainless, and stainless is considered more durable. It's also lighter too. You can use a thinner housing compared to the brass, which is more malleable, and yeah, it can deform when in use or when dropped. So yeah, this is a really beautiful balisong that I really, really am fond of. It does have some little pits on the blade as well on both sides that aren't showing up here, but they are there. Okay. Now, the second one here is something really special. I believe this is the first one ever made in Batangas with nickel silver bolsters and a nickel silver latch, and I provided this this material, and it is beautiful. This is really thick. This Balisong is exceptionally thick. If you look at that, it's about a ½ inch thick, and it's much heavier than usual as well. Nickel silver is pretty heavy, and it's very, very attractive stuff. Basically, it's the same as brass, but with more chromium, I think, which gives it that color. It doesn't actually have any silver in it. Sorry, it's more nickel that gives it the color, not chromium. Or is it more chromium that makes it nickel? I'm gonna have to look this one up. I really shouldn't be trying to figure it out. I'm pretty much talking aloud here. But anyway, the inserts are Indian buffalo horn that I personally sourced, and it's really nice stuff. This is raw horn. It still has the rough texture on the outside, the naturally occurring texture that you find on buffalo horn. And the reason why we use Indian horn rather than the traditional Calabao horn is that Calabao horn tends to crack when pinned. For some reason, the Indian horn is tougher. I'm not sure what it is about it, but it does hold up much better to pinning. And the top bolsters are double pinned. I think you can make that out. There's some contrast there between the nickel silver and the iron of the bolsters. I mean, the iron of the pins. The pins are iron, which has been galvanized, and yeah, it's a little darker than the nickel silver. The bolsters down at the end only have one pin each. The latch is really nicely beveled as well. Let me see if I can show you that. Not sure if you can make that out, but it is beveled. So yeah, this is a real beauty. I really like this one. And what makes this one extra special, besides the nickel silver, is that it has screw pivots. Let's see if we can zooming in is not going to help there, but yeah, those are screw pivots. They're hardened stainless steel, and basically they allow you to adjust the tension, much like you'd find on a modern balisong. And yeah, that's a really nice touch on there. It's the first time this has been done. This is from the first batch of knives that have been made with screw pivots in Batangas. Previously there have been knives made in the Philippines with screw pivots, but they weren't actually done in Batangas. They were done up further north. Yep, this blade's a buoy, or buyod, and it's a really nice blade as well, with a nice swedge. Yeah, that clip's really nice. What can I tell you about this one now? Let me give you some figures. I haven't got pricing information on these just yet. I need to work out how much I'm going to charge for them, because these materials are expensive, and the labor is expensive as well because of the extra work involved. So yeah, this one's 32 centimeters long, which is exceptionally long. Well, I've offered a lot of these, and they are getting more common nowadays, but they aren't really as common as the smaller sizes like the 24 cm and the 29 cm and thereabouts. Let's see. It weighs 9 ounces, which is a very solid weight for a balisong of this size. Again, it's because of the nickel silver and the extra thick bolsters and the nice thick scales as well. If you look at them, they round really nicely and they meet the bolsters perfectly. These are made by the best craftsmen in Batangas, so really you can't do any better than this when you're talking about traditionally crafted Filipino balisongs. These are the best. They really are. And I have a fairly nice collection of my own, and I really do love these knives. So it's ready to flip. There's very little handle play. I'd like to show you that, and I may have to do a part 2 because I'm running out of time here. So in which case I will show you the knife. Yeah, got about 20 seconds on the clock, but I'll show you anyway. Let me do it now. That's the amount of play. Knife's open right now. That's the amount of play you're gonna get. There's no play, basically. Very, very little play. which is really great for an FHM, and it's ready to flip. I don't want to flip it closed because that's not good for FHM Balisongs.